Good morning. This is Sean Webb, the Director of Community Engagement and the Desert Sands Educational Foundation. Welcome to Classroom Conversations, where we engage the Desert Sands Unified community. I'm here with Chef Mary, and we've got some teachers that are going to join us. But Chef Mary, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm
Excellent.
in San Diego. It's nice and actually it's cool this morning.
Okay.
Got up early and put my makeup on, got my hair done.
Well, there you go. I love it. You prepped for us today. You must have realized that I was going to be in my office for the first time when presenting today.
I did. I didn't want to be an embarrassment to the Desert Sands Foundation.
Too funny, too funny. So I do want to remind everybody, with Classroom Conversations, we engage our community. And I do want to read off the mission statement for the foundation here. The Desert Sands Educational Foundation secures funding and awards money to provide supplemental resources that enrich and enhance student learning in Desert Sands Unified School District. And our vision is, in partnership with public and private sectors, Desert Sands Educational Foundation financially supports creative and innovative programs that enrich and enhance educational experience in academics, the arts, extracurricular activities that engage all students. So with that being said, we always want to talk to our partners, talk to the people that, help educate our students and so forth, and do a great job with that. And today, Mary, I'll tell you, we've got a treat for today. And I'm going to skip to have them come on because I know they have a meeting to get to, and then we'll come back and do the social media portion about everything great what's going on with Desert Sands now. But I'm going to bring them on. You know them. They were teachers at La Quinta when you were there. We have Christina Endres, and then we have Meredith Wheeler. Ladies, good morning. How are you doing?
Hi. Good morning.
Oh my gosh, it's good to see you. It's been a long time.
You as well. Thanks for having me.
Yes, thanks for having us.
So I'll tell you, this originally started off with I'd reached out to Meredith when I believe, Meredith, you were in Alaska when I was texting back and forth with you to participate. And you said, hey, you know what? I think it'd be awesome if I had one of my counterparts come and join. We also have Christina, too. So this is quite a joy. We got double the fun here for education.
Yes.
So if you guys could just take a moment to, we'll start off with you, Meredith. If you wouldn't mind introducing yourself, and what do you do for Desert Sands, and what subject matter do you teach?
Awesome. Thank you. Well, my name is Meredith Wheeler. I, as Sean said, teach at La Quinta High School. I've been there for several years now. By education and trade, I'm an English teacher. I love teaching English. I've taught all levels of English, but I also have this dual role now at La Quinta that I also love, and I serve as the instructional coach as well. So I get to work with teachers and I get to work with students. So to me, it's like a dream job. It's everything I've ever wanted, and it's a great thing. So.
Oh, okay, excellent. And like I said, and our followers know, I was an assistant principal at La Quinta, so I had the pleasure to work with you. I had the pleasure of working with Ms. Endres, and you guys are just fantastic in what you do. And Ms. Endres, I believe you're doing different things now, or I'm not sure. Are you still teaching AVID over at La Quinta?
I am. I still teach U.S. history, and I am the AVID coordinator. And this year, I'm really excited because I have a new class that I'll be teaching. It is AVID 11 IB TOK Honors course. Our AVID program is joining with our IB program, and we're offering our students in 11th and 12th grade an IB Honors TOK course as well. It's combined with the AVID curriculum. So it's a new course for me this year, so I'm going to be learning a lot.
So I thought I had a long title, so I'm going to read that. I'm the Director of Community Engagement and the Educational Foundation. Can you please explain what that class is all about? Because we use AVID, we use TOK. I'm guessing a lot of our regular viewers don't know what that is.
So I'm right there.
And Mary too.
I'm learning everything. This year I will be trained in IBTOK, and I have an awesome mentor teacher who teaches our AVID 12th grade class this year, Lori Coonrad, and she will be helping me along the way, learning all of this new curriculum and combining it with AVID. And we have also some other great partners, other schools that have charted the way that we're learning this curriculum from. So a lot to learn this year, but I'm excited. Our students are so excited, and this is a great opportunity for them to get a higher level course, the experience of a TOK course. And senior year, they do a presentation and a paper. So it's a 2-year course combined, but it's a great opportunity for our students.
Oh my gosh, definitely. And I used to be an AVID coordinator. I know about the importance of taking upper level classes and AP courses and introducing them and to students finding out, hey, I can do this. So I think that's fantastic that you're taking on this new challenge this year. Excellent.
Yes.
Meredith, maybe if, I'm going to go back to the questions I sent you guys originally. So February 13th, as Mary and I have been talking about, it's the infamous Friday the 13th. It's the last day of school in California. It's the last day in school a lot around the country. Maybe if you could share a little bit how things have changed for you both professionally and personally since the 13th.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's funny. You have time to process. So now I can look back and see a lot of the good things that came out of it. And there are many good things. At the time, it was like everyone else felt time stood still. Having my youngest child being a senior last year, it was personally challenging just to be in that class of 2020 and feeling, that there were so many things lost, but then realizing now that there were so many things gained. And as a teacher, I've literally had to rethink all the things that I know and that I've done. And while a lot of things have changed in the technological sense, a lot of things remain the same. Our job is still about relationships with kids and families. It's still about engaging kids in their learning and getting them to be involved in their own learning. So I've just been forced to think of new ways to do that. And it's been challenging, but definitely it's been a season, excuse me, that has allowed me to grow as a professional. And I'm nervous and a little, anxious about this year only because I know I'm going to be vulnerable as a learner in my own classroom, just along, as well as my students. So, but it's exciting. And that's what we're here for, is to teach and to learn on both fronts. So.
Yeah, I agree. Things have definitely changed for both Mary and I over the course of just even doing the show, right, Mary? Things have changed a lot.
Exactly. Do you know, what does AVID stand for? I mean, what is it, an acronym for?
Yeah, it stands for Advancement via Individual Determination.
Okay.
See, I knew there'd be some people.
Yeah. How does it apply to a student? Like, do they apply for the program, or are they invited in?
They
is
do.
it individual or like? Okay.
Yeah, they apply for the program. Our district is growing AVID wide. It's amazing. I can't tell you the exact number, but we have so many elementary schools and middle schools and high schools. In every high school we offer AVID. We are just growing district-wide, so it's awesome. So our students have the opportunity to have AVID curriculum all the way from kindergarten up. And as far as high school, our students apply in 8th grade. They apply for entrance or acceptance into the AVID program. They go through an application process, an interview process, and then hopefully are accepted into the program. And, La Quinta High School offers many exciting programs, so our students have a lot of opportunities. And what AVID does is it just provides them support for their classes. We teach focus note taking. We really build a family community for students, and we help them along with their classes, also teaching them about college and career, getting them ready for college this year in AVID 11. I'm really excited to start the college application process and looking at the essays that they'll write for college. So there is so much. And then come that senior year, we're in it deep with them, filling out those college applications, FAFSA. We're doing all of that in the class with them and getting them ready and prepared. So it's an awesome program. And I'm so excited this year to see that so many of our students that graduated were first generation students to be going to college. And it just brings tears to my eyes thinking about how they have just changed their family trajectory and by taking that step to go to college and make a difference. So,
oh yeah,
Mary, basically AVID program tries to get students who have never been to college, their family has never had any sense of college, to get them going that direction. And
I see.
Christina, if Mary Swanson, I believe that's the name the lady that formed Avid, if she was watching right now, she'd be at a tear in her eye. You just did an amazing commercial for Avid everywhere. So congratulations with that. That's amazing. Meredith, I'm going to come back to you. Maybe you could share some of the ideas and so forth that you're doing in the English classroom after Christina just did, like I said, did that amazing commercial for Avid. What's the commercial for your classroom right now?
Well, the beautiful thing is I teach 11th grade English and Christina teaches US history, which is also 11th grade. And we do a lot of collaborating. We share a lot of the same kids. And I work closely with her Avid program. So it's all intermeshed, you know, we're all family and we're all supporting each other. And a lot of the things I'm doing in my classroom, I am not going to lie, they are from Avid. They are from Christina, because Avid is such a great way to be organized and to, you know, just help kids keep on track as well as teachers. So some of the things, you know, that we're incorporating this year is, you know, district-wide, we're utilizing Google Classroom, which is a great place to just kind of house everything. And kids are super familiar with it because everybody is doing it. From there, we're using, you know, hyperdocked calendars. You know, we can put everything on one platform, and kids, they're pretty savvy with clicking buttons and finding things. And we just need to learn how to put them in the right spot for them. So would you like me to share my screen?
Yeah, definitely. We'd love to see what you have going on and so forth. And then I know Christina's got her screen to share also with different activities. And that's primarily the focus here with Classroom Conversations. We want to, you know, get our parents at ease a little bit with the unknown. As you guys are learning and doing for the first time, I hate to say it, some of us are probably just 15 minutes ahead of what we're presenting. Yeah.
Well, you know, and I'm a parent. Obviously, I raised my kids through the district, and I fortunately, like I said, my youngest just graduated, as I like to say, just in the nick of time. Yeah. But I can't imagine the stress that parents are undergoing right now, you know, with trying to make this happen. And I think now more than ever, teachers are really, really cognizant of the need to be communicative, excuse me, and just really building a community around our students to just really make sure that they're supported and successful, because it really is going to take a village, as they say, on this platform. So
most definitely. So the screen that you were going to share, is that actually the screen I already have? Is this the one?
Are you seeing this?
This is what oh no, let me switch over. There we go. There you go.
So this is just super simple. This is what students will see pretty much in all of their classes. You know, they get to their classwork page and teachers might have something, you know, the topics will be different. I'm not sure if I click on this, but here is an example of a classroom agenda that's hyperlinked, and it might be a little slow. But I know Christina uses the same thing. Many teachers on campus are using it. And it's just a super easy way for students to not only stay organized, but to see, you can see I put a blank one on here, to know everything that they're doing in the class. And, you know, teachers generally will have this detailed, so kids know just where to go, you know, and it just keeps it simple. It keeps it organized. I'm sorry, I don't know if that showed up for you, but you know, you can break down units, you can have assignments, announcements, all sorts of things, and it just helps keep kids organized.
I want to say, although this may not be like Blackboard that they use at the college level, this would be our equivalent to like a Blackboard, where they're doing assignments online, interacting with the teacher. You can also interact with classmates. And Mary, I know that your granddaughter is in elementary school. They will have not per se this type of format, but they'll have a similar platform to launch from. So they have a central location for their teacher to go from. Because that, as you've said before, that's definitely key to have simplicity for the parents as well.
Oh, exactly. I know for, you know, to both Christina and Meredith that we have a granddaughter in grade school. My neighbors have 2 kids in grade school. One of the guys I work with, his son's in grade school. And we actually have 2 friends that kids are in college. And I think what it's interesting that you should know, and I see it from my point of view, is the creativity they've done to work with their kids and be able to be homeschooled. They sit on their back porch. They have a little classroom activity going on. They share things together. Roland is going off to college in Nebraska, so they're trying to figure out how to integrate him into the school system. So I think some of these guys are coming up with pretty creative ideas that they're not necessarily at home, or they're, you know, like they work at home, but then they've got to figure out how they're going to get their kids. One of our neighbors said that you were like an automatic babysitter. She could put them in their classroom and she could go and do her own thing, and she knew that you were there and the kids were focused on you.
And Mary, you've seen this for about a week and a half because, ladies, if you're not aware, that Mary lives up in Big Bear. She retired up there, and that their school started about a week and a half ago, and she's been seeing kids in her community, like out in the, you said, like on their patios, on their porches, just doing work. Correct, Mary?
Yeah, they found these little places to go. You know, where they don't necessarily have like an office or whatever. I think Madison's got a little place in the corner. They're going to set her up with a desk. She doesn't start until after Labor Day. But they've, the 2 girls I was watching the other day, they were sitting on the back porch and they were just like this. They were into the classroom and they were talking back and forth. They were sharing things and it was almost like they were playing a game. And, you know, they were done for the day and then they took a break and they rode their bikes and then came back later on. I think that's one of the nice things that they're enjoying is the fact that their break time, they leave the classroom, they leave the village basically, and they're outside jumping on the trampoline or, you know, running up and down the street, and then they're back on class again. So it's giving them some other freedoms.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. Now we also have a screen from Christina. I'm going to go ahead and put this up here. If you can share a little bit about what's going on with this screen and so forth.
Yeah. Before I share this e-binder screen, I just wanted to share also that my husband's also an educator, and we have 3 children. This year they'll be in 2nd, 4th, and 6th grade. So for us, navigating this time definitely has been challenging, exciting, and completely new. Every day is a new day and a new challenge. But just on the side of me, I have a little desk set up for my daughter that's in 2nd grade. We've got my daughter in 6th grade all set up with a computer in her room, and then the 4th grader set up. So they're excited. We've got different days that I'll have my mom or my mother-in-law helping. So it definitely takes a whole village to pull this off. And I'm expected to be live with my students. So is my husband. And so we're just trying to navigate, well, how can we be there to help our own children, support them? And so we're right in it with everybody.
I'll tell you, Christina, I knew that you lived in my neighborhood. I wasn't aware you had that many children. So now if I'm losing bandwidth, I know where it's going during the workday.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe, I don't know what's going to happen when all 5 of us are on at the same time.
Let's keep our fingers crossed and we'll roll the dice and we'll be all good to go, I'm sure.
Yeah, I hope so. We're paying more for it. So let's
but why don't you walk us through your e-binder for U.S. history?
So just like Meredith shared, we do a lot of the same things, and it's so nice to have great colleagues that we get to work with and share, our ideas with. And I'm so blessed that most of the things that I use, I get from other teachers, and I'm just like, this is fantastic, amazing. I'm going to take this and make it my own. And so that's really what I've done here. I was able to attend the AVID Summer Institute, which is called the Digital XP experience this year, which was online, and I learned about the e-binder. And what I'm sharing here is I took the AVID's idea and I created it for my CPUS history class, and then I know Meredith's also going to do this with her English class as well. And like we said, we're going to share students, so this will be really exciting to see their creativity come out. Our U.S. history class at Quinta High School, we have some fantastic teachers. I get to work with Mr. Klockentecker and Ms. Schuler, and they have been doing this amazing interactive notebook. And our students leave with this fantastic portfolio of work, but no longer can we do that paperwork because I can't see it and grade it. So what the e-binder does is it takes this great strategy that we use and it makes it digital. So I wanted to just show you something that I'll be using in my class this year that I learned from the Avid Institute, and I'm really excited. And one thing I want to say is as a teacher, we're nervous. We're like, is this gonna work? How is this gonna work? Will I crash and fail? But one thing that I can say is that I'm excited to try it. And while sometimes it may not work, I really believe that students want the best and they are creative and intelligent, and that I'm just excited to see how they'll take this and just expand and blow it up. So let me show you a little bit about it. In my class, we're obviously using Google Classroom and we're doing an interactive notebook, but this will serve as the student's portfolio of their work for each unit and the overall semester or year. And on the first page, it's just going to be about the student, and they'll be able to share who they are and add some photos of them. We'll talk about a social contract and commitment to the class. And then they'll complete a learning profile about themselves, and they'll get this. It's a Google Doc from me, and they'll get to fill out different questions about how they learn and just to help them understand their learning type. Here I have resources for my class, and I'm excited about this page here. I have a table of contents, and I've got our syllabus on here, and parent letter and protocols and different things that they need for our class, vocab and SMART goals and democratic ideals. So this is kind of like a one-stop shop for them. And then as they go through their learning of each unit, they'll be adding different things in here, essential questions, and what were their SMART goals for that unit. I love SMART goals. I think that our students should always be creating goals, and how do they want to, or what do they want to achieve during this unit? And then always looking back on the past unit and saying, well, how did I do and did I reach my goal? So that's always important in life. And here we have our vocab, and this is really exciting that I learned about learning artifacts. So here, students will be uploading different things that they did throughout the unit. It might be something that they wrote. It might be a Flipgrid, a little video that they created, or a project they worked on. But how did they learn that unit's essential questions? And they'll be able to display that all right here. So I'm excited about this. I am nervous, but I'm willing to give it a chance. And like you said, I know students are going to take this and make it their own. And I can't wait to see the end product. So hopefully I'll get to come on at the end or sometime and show you what our students are doing with it.
Well, I'll tell you, I know Chef Mary will definitely invite you back. She wants to learn about all this stuff. And who am I kidding? I want to learn about this stuff too. This is fantastic what you guys are doing here. You're taking, you're making it simpler. I feel like having a central location for all the materials to end up. I think that's great. Now, Meredith, do you do something like this for your English students as well?
Yeah, actually, as I said, and Christina said, teachers, we borrow and share. And so my students will have exactly the same thing. Of course, it will say English 3, and the units are obviously very different, but not so much, because the 11th grade English curriculum oftentimes models the American literature the timeline of U.S. history. So that's why we work so well together, because I try to take what they're doing in their U.S. history class and support it in English class however I can, and vice versa. So a lot of times with the writing, or just some of the themes and issues and discussions, that kind of thing. So obviously the English portfolio will house different artifacts, but it will still be very similar. And Christine and I have talked about, because there will be kids that have both her and I. So for example, the learning profile, if they do it in her class, they don't have to do it twice. They can dump it into their English one as well. But in English, mine has a tab for living documents, which are resumes, cover letters, documents that are real world practication. I can't think of the word.
Practical, real life practical.
I hope. But anyway, so I'm excited too. I think you can tell the enthusiasm we have, because while it is scary and daunting, I'm not going to lie, I probably won't sleep tonight. I was up at like 4 o'clock this morning with just the jitters already. I don't know if parents know that teachers are like that the day before, but it's a real thing. But I'm super excited to just try new things. And like Christina said, see what the kids will do, because I will give them bare bones and they'll turn it into something fantastic. So that's what gets exciting.
Do you know what I find interesting with this whole listening to everything here? I think we've passed the age of where you send papers home and they get lost. The dog ate them. They gave them to my sister. I can't find them. I had that in the culinary program. Did you write a recipe? Oh yeah, I don't remember where it was. And now it's all online, and it's in their digital world and whatever, that they'll be able to go back to that, and you're not having a myriad of papers that you can't say, let's go back to page 3, where you said this. I think that's going to be pretty incredible that they have those resources to go back and look at their own work, and they're not digging through a backpack finding papers. Because I know Maddie would come home with a backpack full of papers, and you'd spend an hour having not a clue, because they don't always bring the right information home as well. Oh, I didn't have any homework today. Oh, really? You always have homework. So now, I'll go into your system and go, well, I saw what you did today. Here's where they make them a little more accountable, but it becomes probably a permanent record that they can carry from grade to grade to grade, or class to class to class.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think actually it was Christina who said it. I'm just going to quote her, but and she's right. I think COVID has changed education forever. I don't know if we'll ever go back to the way we used to do it completely. It's forever different now. So there's a lot of positives to that being one of them, Chef Mary.
And I lost you guys for a minute there. I'm sorry about that. But I'll say that, we talk about things have changed forever. I'm going to go away from education. I have the luxury of being part of leadership Coachella Valley, and we had a panel with real estate agents. And one of the things that they talked about is commercial real estate is changed forever. When you have a large corporation like Twitter saying, you don't have to come back to the office, what's that going to do with the millions of square feet of office space around the world? Right? Yeah, seriously. So I know education has definitely changed, but the whole world as a factor has definitely changed with this. And I agree with you completely, Meredith. It's definitely changed for the better for a lot of things. Mm-hmm. And if anything, I love that it's changed to give me connection time with my family. That I definitely needed the slowdown time. You get all educators run. We're constantly running nonstop, and we definitely need that slowdown time every now and then. But Meredith, I know that both you and Christina have got to get to a meeting here at 9:30. Is there any last statement and comments that you'd like to share with us before you head on out?
No, I appreciate the time. As I was just getting up early at 4 this morning and composing a parent letter, to the parents out there, to my colleagues out there, like, we got this, we're our biggest supporters right now. And it really does take a village to raise a child. And I'm excited to see how that unfolds this in the next couple weeks and months, so thank you. And
thank you for joining us. And I love that you demonstrated DSUSD. We got this.
Yeah, we got
excellent. We'll see you later, Meredith. Thank you for joining us.
Have a great day.
You too. So, Mary, great things going on over at La Quinta High in the U.S. history, the AVID department in English.
Well, Sean, there's something that's interesting. We were talking about how things never will be the same. I went to visit some friends years ago that live in Salem, Ohio. And we went to this town, and I don't think it was Salem, but it was another little town. And the town was a whole town, totally empty, that was built like in, I don't know, maybe the 1800s, but the streets were only geared to handle a horse and buggy. And so when the car came in to play, the town just basically closed. There was no parking. And so the town sits empty with all their, their gargoyles and whatever. And then the builders came in and said, hey, we'll pay you to go to the shopping center outside, and we'll build a big shopping center if you'll move your store. And so we walked through this whole town, and there was a coffee shop and an antique store, streets and streets and streets. And the guy said, well, when the car came along, there was no place to park them. And so the town, the commercial part of it, like you said, with your commercial real estate people, it changed. It just totally changed.
Definitely. Now, Christina, I'm guessing you had some connection issues with the 5 people in the house. We're just kind of wrapping up here. But before I let you wrap up and say goodbye, I do want to say that Dr. Cook is watching, and she had a comment for both of you. And I wish I would have saw this before Meredith got off. But she said, thank you, Meredith Wheeler and Christina, for your work with our students. And I agree. You guys do amazing work with our students. Christina, correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say your first year at La Quinta, we had a theme that Dr. Cook had for the school was be bold.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And I want to say you're doing that exactly, and Meredith is doing that exactly. So you guys are the front runners for La Quinta High, and keep doing amazing things. With that being said, is there anything you'd like to say as a closing message to our families that are watching?
No, I just want to say thank you so much for having us on. And I'd love to come back and share. Our AVID students are also creating their own e-binder, which is a portfolio for colleges. So I'd love to share that sometime, or even have them come on. But I just thank you so much for sharing. And like Meredith said, we're all nervous for tomorrow, and we want the best for our students this year. And thanks.
Yeah, great. Excellent. Thank you very much. And Mary, I think we'd love to see some students on here to share some work and so forth. Wouldn't you?
That would be awesome. Christina, I'm a huge history buff. I was raised in Maryland, in a town where the Ark and the Dove came in when the Nina Pinta de Santa Maria went up to the Boston area. And we lived in this area and didn't realize it had any historic value. This was in the 40s. And they've now turned the whole area into a living history museum. So history has always been I just love the whole research. When I lived in Julian, we found out that Michael Julian was a prisoner in my hometown during the Confederate War.
Oh my gosh.
Some 100 years later, we found him in the archives. They had handwritten 5,000 prisoners on microfiche. And so he went to the city hall and found him, where they registered him in. So I think when you get into that with history, and I think this gives you to give them a virtual tour of a history thing, remember when Disneyland used to do the thing that was above you and you were in the parade and you were parading down. But I love history. I will envy your students that they get to walk through our where we came from and how we got here. It's fascinating.
Yes, I have an awesome job and I'm so excited. So thank you all for having me.
Thank you, Christina. We'll see you later. Enjoy your next Zoom meeting or whatever you have, and have a great first day. Bye-bye. So Mary, I wanted to make sure to pop that on there because Christina, as you can see, she's a rock star teacher, has been for as long as she's been in education. And the sad thing is she lives around the block from me, and we don't see them enough. So we definitely got to make an effort to do that.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot though in our lifestyle. I mean, you look at my lifestyle with all the chefs I know. It's like when we get together, it's almost like a miracle, and then we have such a great time, and we try to cram in years of saying hello and whatever. So what's new with Desert Sands? Anything new and different coming out?
Yeah, so this is the week of the welcome, and as we talked about this last week with Chef Reese, I just want to give you a little clue in here. This is the week of the welcome, so we're asking our students to hashtag DSUSD Welcome Week and then to follow the theme. So yesterday, I've got some photos I'm going to share with you, but I'll go through the whole week here. Yesterday was called, you remember that movie, I Know What You Did Last Summer? So you wanted to post your favorite picture from summer and so forth. If it's either from this summer or the previous summer, because, vacations looked a little bit different this year and so forth. So we understand that. Tuesday, it's last night before school. So they're encouraging our students to wear their pajamas during the day, maybe post a pic, wearing some proper pajamas and so forth. Tomorrow, first day of school, when you're appearing on Zoom, we want to see our students dressed to the nines. We want to see them dressed for success. And then you'll love this, Mary. And Christina and Meredith actually talked about this too. Thursday is 3 Things Thursday. So this is where you're going to set goals for yourself for the school year. And one thing that I like to do when I set goals, Mary, I don't know if you do this, but I write them down. And the funny thing is I don't write them down anymore. I put them in a calendar, a Google to-do list, and put down the goals. And I love hitting that little circle saying done, done, done. So, exactly. So we're encouraging our students to do that for Thursday. And then for Friday, wear your school spirit. We wanted to see everything all geared up for the school year. But hey, you want to see some of these great photos that I was able to find on the internet in regards to Welcome Week? All right, let's see. So the first one we have here, we've got Miss Lou. I used to work with her at Page Middle School, but she's over at, I believe, at Shadow Hills now. This is her family. She's got two boys, one who I believe is playing college football, and one who's going to be a senior in high school. So there's their vacation. And then take a look at that sunset. Doesn't that look amazing there?
Oh my God, that's gorgeous. Where is
Yeah,
that?
you know what? I'm guessing it's obviously somewhere in the ocean. I mean, somewhere in San Diego or Orange County, who knows? But that's Kara Contreras. She's one of our teachers on special assignment. She works in for Ed Services, and she just does a lot of great things. I want to say she would work with Christina because I want to say she's in the social science area. Here's some more. There's your friend Leslie. Take a look at what he's doing there. Leslie, you know what? I'm impressed. We asked you to post your favorite photo from last summer. You're donating blood. That's fantastic to do that.
Yeah, he was like one of my favorite people to work with, and he always appreciated everything the culinary students, and we would charge him X amount of dollars for something, and he would always add another $30 or $40. Just, I know you work really hard, here's some extra cash for your program.
That's fantastic. And then the picture on the right there, that's one of our new principals of last year, Desert Ridge Academy. That's Dr. Jessica Mendoza. You see that she's got a little kitty there. Let's see what else we have here, Mary. I'm not sure who Shauna Rodriguez is, but you can see that for Madison Patriots at an elementary school. You see a biology teacher there, and it looks like in front of some type of castle. I wish I had the description there.
Yeah.
So talk about some amazing adventures that we took here. And then you probably don't know this, Mary, but on Sunday night, I hosted the Palm Desert High School PTO and Foundation with their principal. And we did an online thing with them and talked about the school opening. And that's their page there. I believe that's one of their, that's Priscilla, one of their foundation board, PTO board members. And great things going on with Desert Sands. That's Desert Ridge Academy teacher, Teresa Amade. She's their ASB teacher. And I actually participated in some of the educational trainings, and Teresa was on there talking about everything great that she's doing in the classroom. And as Christina and Meredith talked about, everybody's just opening up their books. They're allowing everybody to share and use everything. It's pretty awesome.
And I think that's good.
Yeah, definitely. Here's some more pics. So Indio High School is doing something really cool this year. They're going to start off the year with a virtual pep rally. So they've been asking people for videos and so forth. So Madi over there is doing an outstanding job with recruiting for videos so they can have something special for first day of school. You can see there's I believe this is a staff member that went to a wedding over the summer that was a little intimate. And then there you have one of our own staff members here is sharing about how owls give a hoot. That's Oliphant Elementary School. That's over in North Indio. You see, they did a lot of swimming this summer. So a lot of fun activities going on throughout the summertime.
Well, I think it keeps everything positive. I mean, when you kind of think about what you've done, that has been more positive than negative, even though you may have had to sit around for a little bit. I got a lot of closets cleaned out. I got my she shed started. I did some cooking. I learned how to make, different types of desserts because you had the time. And then we've had more time to visit with the kids, which has been kind of nice. And I can work from home. I'm like on the final leg of the challenge of updating all of our menus for the resort. And there's been like over 4,000 entries. Researching and whatever. And so the days have just flown by. The last 2 weeks have just flown by. So I'm anxious to get in there and sit down with the chef and go over the final and make sure. I mean, you're nervous that you're pricing out something that's going to affect our whole mountain.
Right.
It's been good. I don't, in the beginning I was kind of angry, but now it's like, this whole new thing is, and I think change is good. I like change.
Yeah.
Change is a good thing to do.
Most definitely. And so, Mary, I'll share with you, Thursday, we're going to have a special education teacher join us from Ford Elementary, Christy Giroux. She was actually on with us last night with the whole special education team from Desert Sands, where we talked to over 300 families about what's going on with special education. But she's going to be on with us Thursday, and then we're scheduling out next week. You'll be excited to hear. You may see your old landlord, Mrs. Sperber, is going to join us with her PE teachers. Hopefully by next Thursday we'll have something figured out for then. But Mary, I'm gonna end it off here. Dr. Cook has been avidly following us, and I want to make sure that I show this because this kind of sums up everything right here. I'll read it to you. I think it's important to remember that we all are here for student success. We all want our students to succeed, parents, teachers, students, administrators.
Yeah.
You know, we want everybody to succeed right now. And it's a new environment and we're all learning. And if you go in with an open mind, I think things will be successful.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
And I think it's interesting too, to add to that, Dr. Cook, is I think our friends and parents, neighbors, as well, kind of look into that and embrace it. And, they bring their kid over to your house when they're working and you get them all set up and you participate in a small way with encouragement and how are you doing and how do you like your classroom? And I think that's good because you give them some feedback from you as an adult or another teacher or whatever. So I think there's a lot more of us behind this than probably people realize. Some people stay quiet about it, but it's got to work. I mean, these kids are our future. They're going to be taking care of you.
Yep.
I don't want to be taken care of by somebody else up there. But you're next in line.
Well, Mary, I'll tell you, I've got something special going on with the foundation. We're going to be heading around filming all through our community partners today and tomorrow. We're going to have something on the 30th of August. So I do have to head out because, like I said, we got some filming going on. But I will catch up with you on Thursday. And I'm sure we'll definitely be on the phone between now and then. Chef Mary, you have a good one. And to our viewers, we'll see you Thursday. Have a great one.